Welcome to Radio BFit, your ultimate source for really unraveling the science behind feeling truly fantastic.
Yep.
I'm your host speaker, and I've got to ask you, how many times have you looked at the clock mid-afternoon, maybe just after lunch, and felt like someone just, well, pulled the plug on your energy? Or maybe you hit the gym, and that workout that usually feels great just feels like slogging through mud, even when you know you've had enough sleep. You're definitely not alone in that.
Oh, it's so common, isn't it? That feeling, that kind of pervasive lethargy or the brain fog that just descends, sometimes without warning. Or, the feeling that your body just isn't quite firing on all cylinders like it used to. And a lot of us, we just chalk it up to, well, busy life, stress, maybe just getting older. We reach for another coffee, right? Or something sugary for a quick boost. But what we often miss is that this isn't just some fleeting feeling. It's often a signal, a really crucial signal from your body. It's like a whisper, or maybe sometimes even a shout, telling you that the intricate machinery under the hood might be missing some vital parts.
Absolutely. And that's exactly the fascinating area we're going to dive deep into today, right here on Radio BFit. Our mission, to pull back the curtain on the real science, connecting the nutrients we eat with our body's ability to generate that sustained, vibrant energy. We're going to break down what the latest science really says about the most important vitamins and minerals for energy. And, more importantly, give you practical, actionable knowledge you can actually use in your own life. We're not just talking quick fixes here. We're looking at the fundamental building blocks that let your body truly thrive, not just, get by. And remember, for more insights like these practical fitness, nutrition, wellness tips, you can always check out bfit.ai. It's a great free resource. So when we talk about energy, it's so easy to think of it as, well, just this abstract feeling, or maybe that instant buzz from caffeine or sugar, sort of a mental thing. But the science tells a much deeper, more intricate story, doesn't it?
It really does. That feeling we call energy, it's not abstract at all. It's the direct, tangible result of a continuous microscopic process happening inside every single one of your cells, every moment.
Wow, every moment.
Every moment. It's far more fundamental than just a passing sensation. To really get energy, we need to shift our focus. Think less about a feeling, more about a core cellular process. If we look at the bigger picture, it's about the very operating system of our bodies. Think of it like this. Deep inside almost every cell, trillions of them, you've got these tiny, incredibly efficient power generators. They're called mitochondria.
Mitochondria. Okay, I've heard of those. The powerhouses. Right?
Exactly, the powerhouses. They're not just some quaint little parts. They're absolutely central to your biological existence.
Right.
Their main job, their huge job, is to take the food you eat, carbs, fats, proteins, and convert it all into a usable form of energy. Not heat, not electricity, but a specific molecule, ATP, adenosine triphosphate.
ATP, that's the one, the energy currency.
That's the universal energy currency. It literally powers everything. Your heartbeat, muscle contractions, your thoughts, even the repairs happening while you sleep. Everything needs ATP.
So no ATP, no function.
Well, not optimally, no. Without a steady, sufficient supply, things start to slow down.
Yeah.
And these mitochondrial powerhouses, they work tirelessly, but they can't run efficiently, sometimes not even adequately, without the right raw materials and the right catalysts. Those are the vitamins and minerals we're talking about. They're essential cofactors, building blocks.
Okay, so understanding that, this microscopic reality, what does it actually mean for us day to day, as we're trying to juggle work, life, everything?
It means that when even one crucial nutrient is missing from this really finely tuned system,
Just one.
even just one, whether it's a building block for ATP itself or a tool that helps those mitochondrial engines run smoothly, the whole process can stutter. It slows down. It might even grind to a halt in some ways.
Wow.
It's not just a minor hiccup. It's like trying to run a high-performance car on, watered-down gas. Or maybe with a spark plug missing.
Yeah, okay, you might get somewhere, but it's going to be sluggish, right? Inefficient.
Sluggish, inefficient, and deeply unsatisfying. Exactly. And the real-world results of this stuttering system, they aren't abstract at all. They show up in really tangible, often frustrating ways. It's not just about feeling a bit tired. It's a deeper systemic disruption in your body's ability to make the energy it needs.
And that's when you feel it. Right.
That's when you feel it. That sluggishness in the morning where getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain, or that afternoon brain fog that just kills your focus, makes decisions hard, and those workouts that are supposed to energize you but just leave you feeling completely wiped out.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
These aren't just signs you're, overworked or didn't sleep well, though that contributes.
Mm-hmm.
They are often direct signals of a fundamental nutrient gap, a biological SOS from your body's engine saying, hey, I need the right fuel and tools here.
Okay, so if our cellular engines need this specific fuel, which nutrients are we talking about? Which ones matter most? It's not just any random vitamin, right?
Yeah.
There must be key players.
Absolutely. There are particular vitamins and minerals where deficiencies are directly scientifically linked to that feeling of fatigue. We're talking about the ones your body literally cannot produce energy efficiently without.
And understanding those connections is key.
It's the first, most powerful step towards getting that vibrant, energetic feeling back.
All right, let's break them down then. Let's kick things off with a real superstar, a nutrient often talked about for energy. Vitamin B12. People call it the oxygen carrier, right?
Yeah.
And for good reason, apparently.
For very good reason. It's amazing how such a tiny molecule can have such a massive impact on how we feel and function every single day. One key thing about B12 is its non-negotiable role in some really vital processes. It's fundamental for making healthy red blood cells.
Okay, red blood cells. Delivery trucks for oxygen.
Perfect analogy. Miniature delivery trucks, specifically engineered to carry oxygen from your lungs to every single cell, tissue, organ. Your brain, muscles, heart, everywhere. Plus, B12 is essential for DNA synthesis. That's the blueprint for cell growth and repair. And critically, it helps maintain the health of your nerve sheaths, ensuring your nervous system works properly.
Nerves, too.
Yeah. So think about this. If you lack B12, your body can't make enough healthy red blood cells, which means your blood can't carry enough oxygen.
Like trying to run a marathon while holding your breath.
Sort of, yeah. It leads to this systemic fatigue because your tissues just aren't getting enough oxygen. And it shows up not just as general tiredness, but also specific neurological things, tingling, numbness, balance issues.
Right, yeah.
Yes, even cognitive stuff, memory problems, trouble concentrating, things people sometimes mistake for just aging.
But it could be B12 deficiency.
It absolutely could be.
Yeah.
Research, like from Harvard Health, highlights this connection very clearly.
That's powerful. That neurological link is often missed, I think. So for people wanting to make sure they're getting enough, where do we find this B12 champion in our food?
Well, the primary sources, the most bioavailable ones, are animal-based. Think nutrient-dense stuff like wild-caught salmon, sardines are fantastic too, lean beef, eggs.
Okay. What about plant-based folks?
For them, fortified foods are key, like fortified cereals, nutritional yeast, some plant milks. It's essential to check labels.
Right. It definitely makes you think about your regular diet, doesn't it? Are you consistently getting these sources in?
Exactly. And this leads to a vital point. Who's most at risk for deficiency? It really highlights how diet and age can impact things. Vegans and vegetarians, obviously, are at the highest risk because plants don't naturally contain B12.
So supplements or fortified foods are a must for them.
Absolutely essential for long-term health. Also, adults over 50.
Why over 50?
Because our ability to absorb B12 often decreases with age. Stomach acid might decline, or the production of something called intrinsic factor, which is needed for absorption.
So even if they eat enough, they might not absorb it.
Precisely. So older adults need to be particularly mindful, maybe get levels checked. And the impact of low levels, it's not just tiredness. It's linked to significant weakness, memory issues, that generalized debilitating fatigue. It can even mimic dementia symptoms if it goes unaddressed for a long time.
Wow. That really underscores how vital B12 is. And speaking of oxygen delivery, our next nutrient is just as critical for keeping oxygen flowing and fueling everything we do. Iron. Another one people kind of associate with strength, maybe, but its energy role is deeper.
Much deeper. And what's fascinating is the direct physical feeling of low iron. That sense of constant effort, like you're always walking uphill, even at rest.
Uphill all day. That sounds exhausting.
It is. Iron's main job is building hemoglobin. That's the protein inside red blood cells that actually grabs onto oxygen and carries it.
So hemoglobin needs iron.
Absolutely. Without enough iron, you can't make enough hemoglobin. Your red blood cells become poor oxygen carriers. So less oxygen gets to your muscles, your brain, everywhere.
And everything feels harder.
Disproportionately harder. Physical tasks take more effort, mental clarity fades, recovery takes longer. It's like trying to keep a fire going without enough air. It just smolders.
Okay, definitely want to avoid that smoldering feeling. So to keep our iron levels up, what are the best food sources?
You've got two types. Heme iron, which is very well absorbed, comes from animal sources: red meat, chicken, turkey, fish.
And the other type?
Non-heme iron, found in plant foods. Think lentils, spinach, pumpkin seeds, beans, fortified grains.
Is one better than the other?
Heme is absorbed more easily, but you can boost non-heme absorption.
Yeah.
Pair it with vitamin C. So spinach salad with bell peppers or lemon juice. Lentil soup with tomatoes, vitamin C really helps your body grab that iron.
Good tip. Okay, so who needs to be most careful about iron?
Well, certain groups are at higher risk. Women of reproductive age, due to monthly blood loss, can easily become depleted over time. Chronic fatigue is common.
Makes sense. Anyone else?
Endurance athletes. They have higher needs due to increased red blood cell turnover, plus they can lose iron through sweat, even tiny amounts in the gut during intense exercise.
Wow, athletes too?
Yeah. And the bigger picture is quite stark. The NIH identifies iron deficiency anemia as one of the most common causes of persistent fatigue worldwide.
Globally. That common.
It's a major global health issue impacting millions.
So if you're listening, maybe you're an active woman, an athlete, or just always tired. This really means don't just dismiss that fatigue. It could be a sign your body is crying out for more iron. It's worth looking into. All right, our next nutrient. This one's a real multitasker, involved in, over 300 bodily functions, but maybe overlooked for energy? Magnesium, sometimes called the relaxation mineral.
It is often called that, but it's so much more. Its role is truly foundational for cellular life and energy. What many don't realize is just how widespread its job is. It's a critical cofactor in over 300 enzyme reactions.
300. What does that mean in terms of energy?
It means it's directly involved in the biochemical steps that turn food into ATP. Processes like glycolysis, the Krebs cycle. The very core of mitochondrial energy production relies on magnesium.
So it helps build the energy.
It helps build it, yes, but it does more. It helps muscles relax after they contract, balancing out calcium. It's crucial for proper nerve signals, preventing that jittery, overexcited feeling. And critically, it supports good quality sleep by influencing neurotransmitters and stress hormones.
Ah, the sleep connection. That's huge for energy.
Absolutely huge. If we connect this to the bigger picture, magnesium isn't just about making energy directly. It's about the rest and repair that lets us keep making energy day after day. Without good sleep and proper cell regulation, your mitochondria can't recharge no matter what else you do.
Mind-blowing. Over 300 enzymes impacting muscle, nerves, sleep, everything. So how do we make sure we're getting enough of this essential mineral? What are the top food sources?
Think nutrient powerhouses. Almonds are great. Pumpkin seeds are incredibly potent. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, black beans are versatile. These are all excellent, easy ways to boost your intake.
Good, accessible options. But you mentioned it's often overlooked. Are many people actually low?
Sadly, yes. Magnesium deficiency is surprisingly common. The signs can be subtle, easily missed. Muscle cramps or twitches, maybe restless legs at night, trouble falling asleep, waking up frequently, and of course that persistent, unexplained tiredness.
Why is it so common if it's in healthy foods?
That's a great question. Studies, like from the NIH, suggest up to 50% of people in the U.S. don't get enough magnesium daily.
Half. That's enormous.
It is, and it often flies under the radar because the symptoms are so general. Plus, things like modern farming, depleting soil magnesium, chronic stress burning through our stores, high caffeine or alcohol intake, even some medications can drain our levels.
A silent drain.
Exactly, even if you think you're eating okay.
Wow. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. Half of us might have a magnesium gap, affecting energy, sleep, muscles, stress. That's a powerful reminder that sometimes the fix for feeling drained isn't complicated. It's about getting back to these fundamental basics. Okay, let's shift gears. From a mineral to a vitamin that acts more like a hormone, and one we get from, a very pleasant source. The sun. Vitamin D.
Ah, the sunshine hormone.
Most people know it for bones, right? But its reach goes way beyond that, deep into energy, immunity, even mood.
It's truly profound, vitamin D's dual role. It hits both physical vitality and mental well-being, and those two are so deeply connected when we talk about energy. Our bodies make it when sunlight hits the skin, which is amazing. And yes, it's crucial for bones by regulating calcium, but it does way more. It influences over 200 genes. Affecting loads of processes. It modulates the immune system, helping it respond correctly. It's key for mood, impacting serotonin production, vital for muscle function and strength.
And the energy link.
Direct and undeniable. Low vitamin D is scientifically linked to low energy, muscle weakness, but also increased feelings of depression and just general malaise.
So it's not just tired bones, it's a tired mind and body too.
Exactly. Affecting motivation, endurance, everything.
That mood, immune, energy connection is so critical for feeling truly well. So besides catching some rays responsibly, of course, what are the best food sources?
Fatty fish are top tier. Salmon, mackerel, tuna. Egg yolks have some. Fortified dairy or plant milks often have it added.
But sunlight is the best.
It's the most efficient natural source, yes. Even just 10-20 minutes of direct sun, maybe midday on some skin area, can make a real difference for many people.
Well, not everyone gets enough sun, right? Especially in winter.
That's the huge issue. Low vitamin D is incredibly common. Cleveland Clinic data suggests nearly 40% of U.S. adults are low, and that number jumps way higher in winter, especially in northern areas.
40%, wow.
So for many people, those in colder climates, people who work indoors, those with darker skin tones who naturally make less D from sunlight alone, just isn't enough.
And that contributes to the winter blues.
Absolutely. That seasonal slump, low energy, even seasonal affective disorder, it makes vitamin D testing and maybe supplementation under guidance really important for a lot of people.
So what does this mean for you listening? If you're dealing with those long winters or just spend a lot of time inside, it highlights being proactive about vitamin D. Talk to your doctor, get tested. It's a year-round thing for many. Okay, we hit B12 hard earlier, but there's another B vitamin that's like its silent partner for energy and mood. Folate. Vitamin B9. Maybe it doesn't get as much press, but sounds crucial.
Absolutely crucial. And what's neat is how these B vitamins work together like a team. Folate, B9, works hand in hand with B12 in several really key processes, including, as we said, making healthy red blood cells for oxygen transport, so a deficiency in one can impact the other.
Wow. Teamwork.
Definitely. But folate's also a major player in something called methylation cycles.
Methylation. Sounds technical.
It is a bit, but it's fundamental. Involved in DNA repair, detoxification, and critically, making brain neurotransmitters. Folate is needed to produce serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, the chemicals that regulate mood, focus, and our sense of energy.
So low folate equals low mood and low energy.
Often, yes. It really shows how much our mental state influences our physical energy. A folate deficiency can show up as depression-like symptoms, and that deep fatigue, it's a cycle.
That explains why B vitamins are often grouped for brain health and well-being. Makes total sense. So where do we find folate naturally? How do we feed our brain and energy this way?
Dark leafy greens are king here. Spinach, kale, collard greens load up. Also legumes, beans, lentils. Avocados are a good source. And fortified grains and cereals often have folic acid added, which is the synthetic form.
Another great reason to eat your greens. Okay, now for one that might be less familiar, but it's right at the heart of energy production, CoQ10, the cellular spark plug.
Yes. This one takes us right into the mitochondria where the action happens. A key insight with CoQ10 is its direct, absolutely essential role right at the source of ATP production. And, maybe even more importantly, how our natural levels tend to drop off as we age.
It declines with age. Tell me more.
Coenzyme Q10, or CoQ10, is a powerful antioxidant found in almost every cell, but especially concentrated in high-energy organs like the heart, liver, kidneys. It's a vital part of the electron transport chain. That's the assembly line in the mitochondria where most ATP is made.
The main energy factory line.
Exactly. And CoQ10 is like a critical shuttle bus, moving electrons along that line. Without enough CoQ10, the whole production slows down.
The spark plug analogy makes sense now.
Right. And what's really significant is that our bodies naturally make less CoQ10 as we get older, typically starting around age 40. Certain medications, especially statins used for cholesterol, can also deplete levels.
Statins too. That affects a lot of people.
It does. And this natural age-related decline in CoQ10 is thought to be a major reason why many people feel that energy dip as they get older.
Yeah.
Cellular efficiency just decreases.
That's a critical point. It reframes that age-related energy shift. So if we want to support our CoQ10 levels through food, what are the best sources?
The richest sources are things like organ meats, liver, heart. Not everyone's favorite, I know.
Yeah, maybe not.
Fatty fish like salmon and tuna also have some. Whole grains contribute a bit too. It's harder to get large amounts from diet alone compared to how much the body uses.
Okay. So if levels decline with age and diet isn't super rich, what about supplements?
That's where it gets interesting. Because of its central role in that age-related decline, CoQ10 supplements have been studied quite a bit. Reputable sources, like the Mayo Clinic, note that some studies suggest CoQ10 supplementation might help reduce fatigue, particularly in older adults or people with chronic illnesses that drain energy.
Really? So it could potentially help with that age-related dip?
Potentially, yes. It raises a crucial question. Could supporting CoQ10 levels, especially after 40 or if you're on statins, be a key strategy for maintaining vitality? It's definitely something worth discussing with a doctor, given its fundamental role.
That's genuinely fascinating. It suggests that what we just accept as getting older might partly be a specific nutrient decline we could potentially address. Definitely food for thought and a conversation starter with your doctor. Okay, let's wrap up our nutrient deep dive with an essential electrolyte, one that provides, literally, electrical energy for cells: potassium. We hear about bananas for cramps, but its role seems much bigger.
Oh, much bigger. What's often missed is potassium's role in maintaining the electrical gradient across cell membranes. That's basic for almost all cell communication and function.
Electrical gradients. Sounds important.
It is. So this leads to a key point. For anyone active, anyone needing consistent energy, optimal potassium is non-negotiable. Not just for performance, but to prevent fatigue and muscle issues. Potassium helps manage fluid balance inside and outside cells, crucial for nerve signals. It makes sure the heart and other muscles contract and relax properly.
So it helps muscles work right.
Exactly. During exercise, potassium is involved in muscle contractions and nerve impulses. It helps prevent cramps, weakness, and hitting that wall too early. If you don't have enough, your muscles just can't work efficiently. Power drops, recovery slows. It really is like an electrical conductor for your cells and muscles.
Clearly essential, especially if you're active. So beyond the banana, which is good, what are other great potassium sources?
Lots of great ones. Sweet potatoes are fantastic, delicious, and packed with it. Beans of all kinds, yogurt, avocados are good sources too. Even leafy greens like spinach contribute.
Plenty of tasty options then. Incorporating those can really help maintain that electrolyte balance for energy and muscle health. Okay. Wow. We've just unpacked some...
Exactly. This brings up a crucial insight. Supplementation should be strategic, based on your needs, not just a random guess or a blanket solution. It's about targeting specific needs.
That makes total sense. An individualized approach. Which leads right into the next big question. Can supplements ever really replace whole foods?
Unequivocally, no. Absolutely not.
Okay, so what does that mean for our plates? It really hammers home that food-first idea, doesn't it?
It really does. Whole foods are these incredibly complex packages. They don't just have the vitamins and minerals we talked about. They've got fiber, thousands of beneficial phytonutrients, all sorts of cofactors that work together synergistically. Your body uses them in a balanced way that isolated supplements just can't replicate.
So supplements are backup.
Backups or targeted support. Great when a deficiency is confirmed or needs are unusually high, like maybe pregnancy or intense training, but they are never, ever a substitute for a varied whole foods diet. They can't deliver the whole symphony of a nourishing meal.
Got it. Food first, supplements as strategic support.
Precisely. Now, the third question. When people feel constantly drained, what's the #1 deficiency usually blamed for fatigue?
Yeah, what's the biggest culprit?
Based on research, prevalence, clinical impact, vitamin B12 and iron consistently come out on top.
B12 and iron. Okay.
Deficiencies in those two really mess with oxygen transport and cellular energy production, leading to that deep, pervasive tiredness.
So if you suspect one of those...
Here's the crucial advice. It is so tempting to self-diagnose based on symptoms and just start taking pills. Don't do it.
Why not?
Because it can be a misstep. You might take the wrong thing, the wrong dose, create other imbalances, or worse, mask a different underlying health issue that needs attention.
Ah, okay. So testing first.
Always get tested first. Talk to your doctor, get blood work done. Let a professional figure out if you actually are deficient and in what specifically. They can guide you on the right approach safely and effectively, addressing the root cause, not just guessing.
Excellent advice. Don't guess, test. Okay, let's pull all this amazing information together. What are the big, actionable takeaways from our deep dive into the science of vitality?
Well, the big one is real, lasting energy doesn't come from a can or a candy bar.
Right, not a quick fix.
It comes from within. It's a direct result of how well your body makes ATP down at the cellular level. That's the core message.
Yeah.
Your energy is made by your cellular machinery.
And that machinery needs the right parts to run well.
Exactly. To build it, maintain it, keep those mitochondrial engines firing. You need that whole orchestra of specific vitamins and minerals. We've highlighted the critical roles of B12, iron, magnesium, vitamin D, folate, CoQ10, potassium. They're the building blocks, the catalysts, the conductors that let your body turn food into vibrant energy.
So the most powerful first step you can take, it's often just starting with your food choices, making conscious decisions about what's on your plate.
Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be a massive overhaul overnight. Small, consistent shifts can make a huge difference.
Like what kind of shifts?
Think simple additions. More leafy greens, spinach, kale for magnesium and folate. Get some fatty fish in regularly salmon, sardines for B12, D, maybe some CoQ10. Snack smart on nuts and seeds, almonds, pumpkin seeds for magnesium and iron. Maybe look at fortified grains if you need a boost of B vitamins, especially if you're plant-based.
Simple, tasty additions.
Yeah. These consistent dietary choices can add up to a really noticeable impact on your energy and just how you feel overall. And hey, for more ideas on how to weave these into your meals, remember beefit.ai is always there. Lots of free articles and practical tips.
Great resource. And critically, we have to stress this again. If that fatigue just hangs around, if it's really persistent,
Don't ignore it.
don't just push through or call it normal. Be proactive. Talk to your doctor. Ask for blood work.
The fix might be surprisingly simple. Maybe it really is just needing more spinach or those pumpkin seeds or a bit more sunshine.
Right. And of course, the important disclaimer. This deep dive is for information. It's not medical advice.
Please, always talk to a qualified healthcare provider before starting new supplements or making big changes to your diet.
Absolutely. Safety first.
So as we wrap up, this whole exploration leaves us with, I think, a really interesting thought to ponder.
Okay, leave us with something to chew on.
Beyond just focusing on individual nutrients, consider this. How might the simple act of being more mindful, more conscious of the food choices you make every single day, how might that fundamentally shift your entire relationship with your own energy, your vitality, your overall sense of well-being?
That's deep. It's not just about the nutrients, but the awareness itself.
Exactly. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge, making choices that truly nourish you from the inside out. It could spark a real internal shift.
What an absolutely fascinating journey into the science of vitality today. Seriously insightful. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive here on Radio BFit. I always love uncovering these connections between our daily habits and, well, how vibrant we actually feel.
It's been a real pleasure exploring this. It's such an empowering topic. Knowing you have agency over your vitality is huge.
It truly is. And remember, listeners, you can find more insights like this, submit your own sources for us to dive into, or just explore the great free info over at beefit.ai. Keep that curiosity alive. Keep learning. Keep thriving. We'll catch you next time right here on Radio BFit.